It is 6 a.m. The world is still asleep. The streets are quiet. The noise of distraction hasn't begun yet. And somewhere in Japan, millions of people are already awake, not because they are forced to be, but because they understand something most people never will. They understand that how you start your morning determines how you live your life. Success is not loud. It does not announce itself. It does not beg for attention. Success is built quietly before sunrise. Discipline comes before motivation. Most people wait to feel ready. They wait for energy. They wait for confidence. They wait for the perfect mood. But the most successful people in the world wake up and move even when they don't feel like it. They don't ask their feelings for permission. They don't negotiate with comfort. They don't wait for inspiration to arrive. They build discipline first. And motivation follows. Because motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes, rises and disappears. It changes with weather, mood, stress, and sleep. Discipline does not care how you feel. It shows up anyway. There are mornings when your body feels heavy, your mind feels tired, your heart feels unmotivated, and every part of you wants to stay in bed. That is the moment that defines your future. Not the days when you feel strong, not the days when everything is easy, but the days when you don't want to move and you move anyway. That is where strength is born. Discipline is choosing growth over comfort. It is choosing progress over pleasure. It is choosing your future over your present feelings. It is standing up when your mind tells you to stay down. It is walking forward when fear tells you to stop. It is doing the work when nobody is watching. Motivation feels good. Discipline feels hard. Motivation gives you excitement. Discipline gives you results. Motivation makes promises. Discipline keeps them. Every strong life is built on uncomfortable mornings, on tired muscles, on quiet sacrifices, on unseen effort. The world only sees the success. It never sees the discipline behind it. It never sees the early alarms, the cold mornings, the lonely workouts, the silent grind. But that is where the power is built. Discipline is not loud. It does not announce itself. It does not seek praise. It works in silence. It shows up when nobody is clapping. It pushes when nobody is cheering. It continues when nobody believes. And slowly, quietly, it changes everything. Discipline turns weak habits into strong character. It turns doubt into confidence. It turns chaos into control. It gives you self-respect because every time you keep a promise to yourself, you grow stronger. Every time you wake up when you said you would, you grow stronger. Every time you do the work you wanted to avoid, you grow stronger. And that strength stays with you. You begin to trust yourself. You begin to rely on yourself. You begin to believe in yourself. And that belief is unbreakable. Discipline teaches you that you are capable of more than you thought. It teaches you that your limits are lies. It teaches you that your excuses are weak. It shows you that you are not fragile. You are not lazy. You are not powerless. You are just untrained. And discipline is the training. It trains your mind to stay focused. It trains your body to stay strong. It trains your soul to stay committed. It builds a foundation that motivation can stand on. Without discipline, motivation collapses. With discipline, motivation becomes unstoppable. Because discipline creates momentum. Momentum creates confidence. Confidence creates courage. And courage changes lives. Discipline is waking up when it's dark. Discipline is working when it's boring. Discipline is pushing when it hurts. It is saying no to distractions. It is saying yes to growth. It is choosing your purpose every single day. It is not easy. It is not comfortable. It is not popular. But it is powerful. And power changes everything. When you build discipline, you stop depending on moods. You stop waiting for perfect timing. You stop looking for shortcuts. You become consistent. You become focused. You become dangerous to your excuses. And once discipline becomes your identity, nothing can stop you. Not fear, not doubt, not failure, not rejection. Because discipline gives you something no one can take away. Self-mastery. And when you master yourself, you master your future. The morning shapes your destiny. Most people treat the morning like something to survive. They rush through it. They waste it. They ignore its power. They wake up late. They scroll their phones. They complain about being tired. They start their day already behind. And then they wonder why their life feels out of control. The morning is not just the beginning of your day. It is the blueprint of your future. How you wake up is how you live. How you move in the morning is how you move through life. How you think in the morning is how you think under pressure. The morning sets the tone. It programs your mind. It defines your energy. It decides your direction. A weak morning creates a weak day. A strong morning creates a powerful life. There is something sacred about the early hours. The world is quiet. The noise is gone. The distractions are asleep. And in that silence, you meet yourself, your fears, your excuses, your doubts, your dreams. The morning is where discipline is tested. The morning is where character is built. The morning is where winners separate from wishers. You don't accidentally wake up at 6 a.m. You choose it. You choose discomfort. You choose effort. You choose growth. And every time you choose the morning, you choose your future. The people who win in life don't wake up reactive. They wake up intentional. They don't let the world control their first thoughts. They don't let notifications decide their priorities. They don't let chaos shape their focus. They take control of their mind before the world tries to steal it. They move their body before the day makes them tired. They sharpen their mind before the world tries to confuse it. They feed their soul before the world tries to drain it. The morning is your chance to build yourself before the world starts tearing you down. Most people wake up already stressed, already anxious, already behind. They rush, they panic, they react, and they carry that chaos into everything they do. But the disciplined wake up calm, focused, grounded. They move with purpose. They breathe with intention. They think with clarity, and that clarity becomes power. The morning is where confidence is built, because when you keep your promise to wake up early, you prove to yourself that you are in control. You prove that you are not ruled by comfort. You prove that you are stronger than your excuses. That belief follows you all day. You walk different. You think different. You act different because you already won once today. The morning is where momentum is born. And momentum is dangerous. One good morning turns into a good day. A good day turns into a good week. A good week turns into a good year. And a good year changes your life. But it all starts with the alarm. That one decision. That one moment, that one choice between comfort and growth. The bed will always be warm. Sleep will always be tempting. Excuses will always be waiting, but your future is waiting too. Waiting for you to take it seriously. Waiting for you to stop wasting time. Waiting for you to show up. The morning does not belong to the lazy. It belongs to the disciplined. It belongs to the hungry. It belongs to the brave, because it takes courage to wake up early and face your life. It takes courage to stop running from your potential. It takes courage to build something great. The morning is not your enemy. It is your opportunity, your chance to reset, your chance to grow, your chance to rise. Every sunrise is a second chance. Every alarm is an invitation. Every morning is a test. And the ones who pass that test rewrite their destiny. Mastery is built in silence. The world only notices the finish line. It only sees the applause. It only remembers the victory, but it never sees the lonely hours, the quiet effort, the invisible discipline. That is where mastery lives, in the silence, in the early mornings when no one is watching, in the late nights when everyone else has gone home, in the moments when quitting would be easier than continuing. Most people want recognition before they deserve it. They want praise before they've earned it. They want results without respecting the process. But mastery does not care about attention. It only responds to commitment. True growth happens away from noise, away from distraction, away from opinions, because the moment you seek approval, you lose focus. Silence forces you to face yourself, your weaknesses, your laziness, your fear, and it also reveals your strength, your hunger, your potential. In silence, there's no one to impress, no one to compete with, no one to blame, only you and the work. That is where greatness is shaped. The strongest people are not built in crowds. They are built alone. They train when others are resting. They study when others are entertained. They prepare when others are distracted. They choose silence because silence removes excuses. No music, no applause, no motivation speeches, just effort, just repetition, just commitment. And repetition is the language of mastery. Every skill is built through thousands of small, boring, difficult moments. Moments where nothing exciting happens, moments where progress feels invisible, moments where doubt whispers that it's not worth it. But those moments are everything, because mastery is not built in intensity. It is built in consistency. It is built when you show up even when you feel tired. It is built when you practice even when you feel unmotivated. It is built when you stay disciplined even when you feel unseen. Silence teaches patience. It teaches focus. It teaches resilience. It teaches you how to sit with discomfort without running from it. It teaches you how to stay committed without needing validation. It teaches you how to grow without needing approval. The loud world wants shortcuts. It wants hacks. It wants instant success. But mastery is slow. It is demanding. It is unforgiving. It asks everything from you, your time, your comfort, your excuses, and in return, it gives you confidence. It gives you control. It gives you pride. Because there's no feeling like knowing you earned your strength. There's no feeling like knowing you built your skill. There's no feeling like knowing you did not quit. The silent grind changes your identity. You stop seeing yourself as weak. You stop seeing yourself as average. You stop seeing yourself as incapable. You become someone who finishes what they start. Someone who honors commitments. Someone who does not depend on motivation. Silence makes you dangerous because when you no longer need praise, no one can manipulate you. When you no longer need attention, no one can distract you. When you no longer need validation, no one can control you. You become self-driven, self-disciplined, self-made. The strongest minds are built in quiet rooms. The sharpest skills are built in empty gyms. The greatest visions are built in lonely moments. That is where discipline is sharpened. That is where character is forged. That is where legends are created. Not on stage, not on social media, not in front of cameras, but in the shadows, in the silence, where excuses die, where effort lives, where mastery is born. Respect for time is respect for life. Time is the only thing you can never get back. Money can return. Opportunities can come again. People can forgive. But time is gone forever. Every second you waste is a piece of your life you will never see again. And most people treat time like it is unlimited. They scroll. They delay. They procrastinate. They tell themselves tomorrow. But tomorrow is a lie we tell ourselves to feel comfortable today. The successful understand something painful and powerful. Life is short. Days move fast. Years disappear. And one day you wake up older than you ever imagined. Time does not wait for anyone. It does not slow down for excuses. It does not pause for fear. It moves forward whether you are ready or not. Respecting time means respecting your future. It means understanding that every hour matters, every morning matters, every decision matters. It means choosing purpose over distraction. It means choosing growth over entertainment. It means choosing action over delay. People say they want success, but they spend their time on comfort. They say they want change, but they repeat the same habits. They say they want more, but they live like they have forever. Time exposes priorities. What you do every day shows what you truly value. If you value your future, you protect your time. If you value your dreams, you invest your time. If you value your life, you respect your time. The disciplined schedule their days, they plan their weeks, they structure their mornings, they do not leave their future to chance. They know that chaos steals years, distraction steals decades, and comfort steals destinies. Time is not just minutes and hours. It is your energy, it is your focus, it is your life force. Every time you waste it, you weaken yourself. Every time you respect it, you grow stronger. There are people who look busy but are going nowhere, running in circles, chasing nothing, burning time. And then there are people who move quietly but build everything. They understand that small actions repeated daily create massive results. They understand that success is not built in a rush but in consistency. They understand that discipline is a form of love for your future self. When you wake up early, you are saying my life matters. When you plan your day, you are saying my dreams matter. When you say no to distractions, you are saying my future matters. Time rewards the disciplined. Time punishes the careless. You either control your time or your time controls you. There is no middle ground. People blame luck. They blame others. They blame circumstances. But deep down, they know they wasted too much time. They knew what they should do. They just didn't do it. They had the opportunity. They just delayed. They had the chance. They just waited, and waiting cost them everything. Respecting time means acting now. It means moving today. It means starting before you feel ready. It means understanding that perfect moments don't exist. Only now exists. The clock does not care about your fears. The calendar does not care about your doubts. They keep moving. And one day you look back and realize life was happening while you were hesitating. Respecting time means honoring your potential. It means refusing to waste your gifts. It means refusing to live small. Because your life is not a rehearsal. There's no second take. There's no reset button. This is it. And every moment you are given is a responsibility to grow. A responsibility to build, a responsibility to become. Time is not your enemy. It is your judge. And it is watching how you live. Small habits create great empires. Most people dream of massive success. They imagine big money. They imagine power. They imagine freedom. But they ignore the tiny actions that build those dreams. They want the castle without laying the bricks. They want the crown without earning the throne. Greatness is not built in giant leaps. It is built in small steps, taken every single day. It is built in the morning routines, the daily workouts, the quiet studying, the disciplined planning. Empires are built by ordinary people who refuse to live ordinary lives. They don't wait for perfect conditions. They don't wait for perfect timing. They start where they are with what they have. They understand that consistency beats intensity. Anyone can work hard for one day. Anyone can feel motivated for 1 week, but only the disciplined stay committed for years. Small habits are invisible at first. They feel pointless. They feel boring. They feel slow. But they are powerful. They compound. 1 page read every day becomes a library in your mind. 1 workout a day becomes a strong body. 1 focused hour a day becomes mastery. 1 disciplined decision a day becomes a new identity. People quit too early. They give up when results are quiet. They stop when progress is slow. They don't understand that growth is happening even when they can't see it. A tree grows underground before it breaks the surface. Roots form in darkness before branches reach the sky, and lives are built the same way. No one sees the early mornings. No one sees the sacrifices. No one sees the lonely grind. They only see the success and call it luck. But luck is built. Every habit you repeat is shaping your future. Every choice you make is writing your story. Every action you take is building your empire. The question is not if your habits will shape your life. They will. The question is, what kind of life are they building? Small bad habits destroy big dreams, late nights, lazy mornings, wasted hours, broken promises. They look harmless. They feel comfortable. But they steal your, slowly. Small good habits create unstoppable momentum. Early mornings, daily movement, focused work, consistent learning. They feel hard. They feel demanding. But they give you everything. The most powerful people in the world did not become great overnight. They became great by refusing to quit. They showed up when it was boring. They showed up when it was hard. They showed up when no one cared. And over time, their effort became their advantage. Small habits build discipline. Discipline builds confidence. Confidence builds courage. And courage changes lives. You don't need to change everything today. You need to change one thing, one habit, one decision, one routine. That one change can redirect your entire future. People underestimate the power of daily discipline. They think success comes from talent, from connections, from luck. But success comes from showing up, from doing the work even when it hurts, from staying committed even when it's lonely, from believing in your vision even when no one else does. Empires are not built on comfort. They are built on sacrifice. They are built on patience. They are built on persistence. They are built by people who refuse to stay small. Your habits are either building you or breaking you. They are either lifting you or limiting you. They are either taking you forward or pulling you backward. Every day you are choosing who you are becoming. And one day you will look at your life and see the result of those choices. Consistency is the ultimate advantage. Talent opens doors. Luck creates moments. Opportunity gives chances, but consistency builds legends. Most people start strong. They feel excited. They feel motivated. They feel unstoppable. Then life gets hard. Results slow down. Energy fades. And they quit. They don't fail because they lack ability. They fail because they lack endurance. Anyone can show up once. Anyone can work hard for a week. Anyone can commit for a month. But very few stay loyal to their goals for years. Consistency is staying when it's boring. It is staying when it's painful. It is staying when it feels pointless. It is waking up early even when the bed feels better. It is training even when your body is tired. It is working even when your mind wants rest. Consistency is choosing discipline over desire. It is choosing effort over excuses. It is choosing growth over comfort. The most dangerous person in the world is not the most talented. It is the most consistent. Because they don't stop, they don't slow down, they don't disappear, they keep going, they show up on good days, they show up on bad days, they show up on days when everything goes wrong, and that is why they win. Progress is slow, growth is quiet. Results take time. And most people quit right before the breakthrough. They don't see the progress because it happens inside first. Strength grows in silence. Skill builds in repetition. Confidence forms in struggle. And one day everything clicks, but only for those who stayed. Consistency builds trust with yourself. Every time you keep going when you wanted to quit, you become stronger. Every time you push forward when you wanted to stop, you become tougher. Every time you finish what you started, you become unstoppable. You stop doubting yourself. You stop questioning your ability. You stop wondering if you are enough because you know you can be relied on. You become your own proof. The world respects consistency. People trust those who are steady. They follow those who are reliable. They believe in those who never disappear. Consistency creates reputation. Reputation creates opportunity. Opportunity changes lives. Most people look for shortcuts. They chase hacks. They want fast success. But fast success fades fast. What is built slowly lasts long. What is built patiently stands strong. What is built with consistency cannot be broken. There will be days when you feel invisible. Days when no one notices. Days when no one cares. Days when nothing seems to work. Those are the days that decide your future. Because if you can stay when it hurts, you will win when it matters. Consistency turns dreams into systems. It turns hope into habits. It turns wishes into reality. You don't need more motivation. You need more commitment. You don't need more inspiration. You need more discipline. You don't need more ideas. You need more action. Every small effort adds up. Every disciplined day moves you forward. Every time you refuse to quit, you grow stronger. The gap between failure and success is not talent. It is persistence. It is patience. It is showing up again and again no matter how you feel. Because consistency does not ask if you are ready. It demands that you become ready. And those who obey it build lives that cannot be ignored.